thank you very much for being here with us tonight.
Thank you for having us.
You had a great show at the Printemps de Bourges. First question, how do you feel the ambience of the French people, of the France in general?
It's great, eh? The French people, like, they've taken we've been touring a lot in France, and we've had a really good response wherever we've gone. And the great thing about it is the diversity of the people that come to see our show. We've had people who are older than our parents, like 60 years old, and we have coming with their grandkids, and their 5-year-olds coming to watch us. It's an amazing thing for us to see, especially in France, where the culture is so developed that you have so many diverse people coming to see. We really appreciate. Yeah.
I can officially say that it's our second home right now. You know?
Yeah.
Been here 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, we live Joburg.
We don't speak much French, unfortunately.
We're learning.
We're learning slowly.
Comment ça va, David?
Bien, et toi? Very good.
First question, how did you meet Tumi Molekan?
We used to do a jam at a club called the Baseline, where we had our first album made. So there was a jam band and an open mic session at the time. So me and David and Tiago used to play as a group, as a band, supporting different MCs at the time. The day that we joined with Tumi just felt right. And I think less than a week it took for us to be, okay, we are a group. Let's pursue this. It feels good.
Oh, that's a great band.
Yeah, that was in 2002. So we've been together about 8 years now. Going on 8 years.
To talk about the songwriting process, how do you work together? Who does what?
I think it's a very organic process between us, and we've always focused our main attention to the live show and to how we present ourselves in a live sense. That's where we really express ourselves, our individuality, as well as together as a band. We sit in a room and we work out the songs, and we play until we happy to present it to the audience. And I mean, Tumi he writes all the lyrics. So we did begin where we were he was more doing spoken word slam poetry, and we were backing him up. And now it's more of a unit where we will bring a rhythm. Paolo will play a rhythm on the drums, and Tumi will write something around that, or we'll play around that, and it's a very collaborative process. We're all together in this.
Yes, and we feel it when we see you on stage. It's
brotherhood.
Real band, you know. Your last album is called Pick a Dream. Could you first explain the drawing on the cover of this album?
I mean, it's more the idea is that you pick a dream is more that you pick your own dream, and you can either live in a dream where you control everything, or you can live in a nightmare where things feel like you're out of control. So that's where the headless people, where you lose your head, really. Where you lose your head is where you're not in control of yourself, and you're driven by other things, which is, you know.
And you can also change heads. I think that's the important, important part of it, because those heads, they have sticks.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is what we feel when
Tumi can be
pick
David.
A dream. It's pick a life. You want to live well. You want to be a good person. Do you want to be depressed? Do you want to, it's up to you. We're providing a question on the choice of your life. Really. That's what we're doing.
Could you speak about the main influences? Your music is a mix of styles, but there are influences, of course.
I think about influences would be, to be quick, would be Afro jazz, funk music. Tiago, the guitarist, is a very alternative guy, and Tumi be the rapper,
the hip hop
section. Bringing. So what we do, and we try to do all the time, is that everybody can express themselves, you know, when we're rehearsing, you know, without compromising. You know, we're not doing hip hop directly. We want to change hip hop, actually. We want hip hop to become the next. It is already a way of living, but into music, It's not yet. A lot of musicians don't see hip hop as music. They see beat makers and producers, but we want one day our music to be charted. We want one day people to read and write and, you know, replay our music. So in that sense, we are a group. It's music.
Yeah, sure. Yes. Absolutely.
I think, and we give each other the space to express ourselves. We never say like, no, we don't want to do this kind of song, or, you know, it's very free. We're very free in our creative process.
Of course, the words, the lyrics are very important in your songs. What's the message, or there's a real message for Africa, from Africa to the other countries? There's something very strong. So
I mean, we write the music, so it's a little bit for Tumi to answer that question. But really, Tumi, I mean, he's not about preaching. We don't really want to shove points down people's throats, like you must do this and you must do this and you must do this. I think especially this album, he's asking more. He's describing just more situations of life in South Africa at the moment. It's asking questions really to yourself. We don't like to preach, or we're not here we don't have a straight political message. It's more just like, how are you living your life? How we're asking questions. Tumi asks more questions, and he tells people what to do. He says, "This is a scenario. Does it relate to you? Maybe if it relates to you, then you can identify with the song. And what are you doing to change that life, or how are you bettering yourself in future for that?"
And also about the average man also, because we are world citizens right now. South Africa is part of the world. The way we think, the way we do the band, we don't see ourselves as an African band. We don't see ourselves as unprivileged people in a sense, you know, though it's African reality. But for us, it's about globalizing the music that we do, globalizing hip hop, globalizing music, and people seeing us as the next band, you know what I mean? And I think what he talks about also is about the normal average thing in the street, what we do, you know, when I go home, not honestly the guy in the hut, you know, that he can recreate. But I think he's talking more about this journey and what we see on the streets. When we go on the streets, hey, this guy wants this, the Air Jordans and the Louis Vuittons, and, you know, this is the reality that Africa lives, you know.
It's people's stories. It's driven very much by everyday life of South Africa, I think, his writing at the moment.
Okay, thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
It was a pleasure to have you here tonight. Thank you.
Merci.